So whenever I recommend an accessory to somebody, it has to hit certain keynotes of being a good accessory. And certain keynotes of being a good accessory for me is it can't really cost too much. It's got to be able to add to your overall experience with the tech device that you're using it with. And it's also just kind of has to fit in and be as convenient to use as possible. Now, ironically, I found a pretty cool accessory over the holidays that really fit all those categories. And it's a weird category of accessory. It's probably not one that you would even consider. I'm going to talk about it in this video, so let's get right into it. So I was lucky enough to be able to try out the RAV Power 4-port USB charger. And I can tell you that this thing, it's not perfect, but it's a really great accessory. And I think it will help kind of declutter the amount of things you have when you're charging on a desk or your nightstand. And it's pretty cool. And it becomes a really convenient accessory I think a lot of people can take advantage of. Now, the link is going to be in the description of this video so you can check it out for yourself. Now, as always, I like to go over the technical aspects of things. So we'll go over the technical specs of this charger really quickly. It's going to come with 2 USB charging ports, and you can charge 2 USB devices simultaneously, and the output is about 60 watts. So it's saying pretty much if you're charging a MacBook Air, you can also charge an iPad Pro, and the MacBook Air would charge at 45 watts and the iPad Pro would charge at 18 watts simultaneously. And the device itself has an intelligent distribution of the wattage. So a full 65 watts of intelligent power, for instance, if you're charging 4 devices simultaneously, it's going to ensure that that 65 watts is distributed to all 4 of the devices, so all the devices maintain a fast charge or the fastest charge possible. It supports a 5-volt 3A fast charging, which is consistent with a 9-volt charging time. Now, I'll put the full output distribution chart that they have below, but for a quick overview on it, if you have like one USB Type-C port connected and you're charging from that port, you're getting a full 65 watts of charge. If you're connecting 2 USB Type-C devices, then you're getting a 45 and 18 with the smart distribution calculating which device needs the most charge and directing the 45 watt to that device. Now, one of the things I did notice is I have a lot of different Apple devices, an iPhone, an iPad, and whenever I would connect the Apple devices, it would initially charge slower than they would on the Apple chargers. So one of the things I realized is whenever you're using third-party chargers for Apple devices, at the beginning it's charging slow, you just unplug it, replug it, and then it begins the normal charge, which is weird. It's Apple, but you do get a normal fast charge with the Apple devices. You just kind of have to do a little bit of work. So if you're an iPad, iPhone, or MacBook user, just keep that in mind. Now, having used this device for a couple of weeks now and charging both my Samsung Galaxy Note, my iPad, my MacBook, connecting my watch to the charger itself, I can tell you that it does give you a pretty fast charge, and especially if you're not charging too many devices at once, you're getting close to what you would normally get from the standard chargers you're getting with these devices. But the more devices you connect, of course, the lower the wattage becomes and the less of a charge you're going to get. So one of the things I noticed is if I was charging multiple devices at once with my Note, for instance, it would normally take about an hour and a half to fully charge. If I was charging multiple devices, it would take about 2 hours to charge. So it added about 30 minutes to the overall charge time. But one of the things I really liked is just the convenience of being able to charge 4 things at once without connecting all these power bricks. So even though I'm sacrificing a little bit on the charge time, the overall convenience of just being able to charge multiple things at a pretty good speed kind of outweighs the charge time that I'm sacrificing. Now, another thing I'll say is that the design of the device itself is pretty cool. It's really compact. It's unassuming. It's perfect for like a desktop or a nightstand where you can connect multiple devices without having to worry about taking up a bunch of space or it being overly bulky. It's just really convenient. So real quick, guys, if you're enjoying the video, which I know you are, so go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button, and bell for notification. Let's get right back to the review. So now, one of the things I really loved about using this device in general is I'm a person that has a ton of different tech devices and they all seem to need to be charged at the same time at the end of the day, which leaves me to be connecting a ton of power bricks into an outlet. It almost reminds me of that scene from A Christmas Story where the father is plugging in the Christmas tree and there's like a ton of other things plugged into the plug and you got to choose which one to unplug. That is usually what I end up with. So what I really loved about this particular RAV Power desk charger thing is that it gave me the ability to not have to decide to unplug certain things to charge all the devices that I have. I can actually plug in my laptop, my tablet, my phone, my watch, 4 devices that I use the most, and charging them all at the same time without my desk or my outlet looking all cluttered and just taken up by a bunch of space. One of the things that really sometimes gets on my nerves is that those power bricks are big, and if you have like a standard power strip, it can take up a lot of space if you're plugging in 1 or 2 of those things. So this thing really comes in handy and becomes extremely convenient if you're charging multiple devices, because all you really have to worry about is the actual charging cable for those devices. You don't have to worry about the power brick that's plugging into the outlet for the device itself. So it really gets rid of that clutter effect, and it also gives you the ability to just plug in a lot more devices without having to worry about shorting anything out or killing yourself because you're over compensating for what that charger or that power outlet can handle. This thing is really convenient and it really came in handy. And like I said, it really didn't bother me that the charging time for these devices went down slightly, because the overall convenience of just being able to plug everything in without worrying about it was outweighing the fact that they didn't charge like maybe 5 to 10% faster than they normally would with their regular charging brick. So anyway, guys, it's a unique accessory, but it's definitely one that I would recommend, especially if you're someone like me with a ton of different tech devices that you charge all at once. This thing really comes in handy. It makes it really convenient. It's travel size, so you can bring it around with you and you can plug it in and not have to worry about carrying around those power bricks, or even worry about if your iPhone comes with a power brick or not, or if your Samsung phone is going to come with a power brick or not. You have a charger available. They're providing the cables. You are good to go. Check it out. The links for this device is going to be in the description of this video. You can go ahead and check it out for yourself. Until then, of course, if you enjoyed the video, all I ask is that you hit us with that like button, subscribe button, and bell for notification if you're not already subscribed to the channel. Also, go ahead in the comment section and share any comments, thoughts, questions that you may have. Share them down below. Thank you so much for checking out the video. I'm going to throw up some of the other reviews we have on the channel here. You can check those out now. And as always, make sure to stay safe out there. And until I see you next time, peace out.